My pen name is Ashley Monique. I have two businesses. One is Change nonprofit organization, where we cater to underprivileged families. We provide resources, community mobilization, community-based education and mentoring, as well as we do a lot of community outreach for the whole family, not just for the children, not just for moms, not just for fathers, but the whole family all together. Our location is at 1156 Oak Street in Montgomery, Alabama. We are housed in the historically known Winston and Pryor's doctor's office. This used to be a location where African Americans could come get health care, and they were the actual doctors in that location. They were the first African American surgeons in Alabama. So that is, it's just an honor to even be carrying on a legacy such as that from that location. And also, I am an author. And my second business is Ashley Monique LLC. I write inspirational self help books. Everything that I do is helping people in need.
Awesome, awesome. So, as far as did you grow up in here in Montgomery?
I definitely grew up in Montgomery, Alabama. I'm from the west side of Montgomery. Grandmother had 10 children. I have almost 31st cousins on my mom's side. So we do have a really, really large family.
Good deal. So, growing up, what was your home life like? Like, were you raised by both parents, one parent?
So growing up, I actually was raised in a single parent household with my mom. My daddy was very active in my life as far as, being that father figure. And my grandmother on my dad's side, she had a very significant role in my life. It's almost like she tried to boot him out the way, like she was my daddy, like her and my mama made me together. And I think sometimes she thinks she my mama too, but she's not. So my mom, my grandmother, and my dad, they had a significant hand in raising me. Even though I was raised in a single parent household, I can say that both of my parents were influential in my life.
That's awesome. That's awesome. A lot of kids, for me, I grew up same thing, single parent household, single mother, and I knew my dad, but he was like in and out of my life, and so I had a lot of resentment. And as I got older, I realized a lot of things. It wasn't his fault necessarily. So, um, yeah, it's really good to always have that connection with both of your parents,
Right,
and especially the grandparents too. And
right, right.
I was very close to my grandmother too. She that's my second mom. She passed away about a month or so ago, and
Oh,
so that's like a big, she was huge because she helped raise me.
okay.
Um, it's always good. Family in general is really good to have around you at all times. Just people that really love you. Um, so as far as your LLC, what I know you say you do, it's kind of like motivational and like kind of like life coach type spirit. Like go into more depth about like what made you even get into that in the first place.
So I vow to cater all of my businesses to helping those in need. Like, I want you to be able to grow holistically. And whatever holistically looks like for you, I want to give that. I'm the type of person that I provide you with any resources that I have. Like, I'm not a stingy person. I don't have things and hold them all within. I actually provide as much as I can in all areas and facets. So when it comes down to my LLC, it's an umbrella of services. So one of the things I do is nonprofit startup. If you have an idea to start a nonprofit organization, I can kind of coach you throughout that process so that you can be able to have the necessary information you need to be able to file your paperwork. Like, there are a lot of people who just start businesses without even doing the paperwork. Like, they have their actual logo, website, Facebook page, and you have filed no paperwork. Like, do you not know anybody could take your name or already own that name for all that you know, and you technically don't own that business? So I kind of guide them and coach them throughout the process of what is needed to officially start a business. Also, I do behavioral coaching for people who may be experiencing chronic pain, depression, anxiety, and so forth. I help them be able to maneuver through their day to day lives with the 7 session chart that I go through with them. And also, my all of my book endeavors, they fall within my LLC. And I am the author of the Reconnecting My Brokenness Tips to Renew Your Mind series. It is a 4-part book as of now. I will be putting out the 5th edition at the end of this year. Hopefully, everything goes well with that. And like I said, they are self help books. And for people that may be experiencing domestic violence, suicidal ideations, just traumatic situations that they're trying to overcome.
Awesome, very awesome. What did something specifically happen to like make you just go into that direction?
Of course, of course. There's a reason for everything. I don't care what people try to say. No, it's not. Oh, yes, it is. It's a reason for everything.
Uh huh.
So I had started experiencing a lot of traumatic situations in my life. And it had gotten to the point where it was almost like unbearable. Like, I started to question God, like, why me? Why am I experiencing this stuff? I feel like I'm a good person. And I had a revelation. Why not you? And I'm like, okay. So what am I supposed to do with this information that I learned from these traumatic experiences? And that's when my books were birthed. At the beginning of each book, I tell about a traumatic situation that happened in my life. Now, one of the questions that I got when I put out the first book was, are you scared to let the world know what happened to you? No, it's my story. I mean, why wouldn't I want to put out my story better than I would tell it better than somebody else? So I really don't
Hmm.
care what people know. It's mine. It's mine to tell. It's what I went through, and I would better tell it than anybody else. So of course I wasn't nervous to do it. It's something that I had to endure. It's something that I overcame. And why would I not want to share the tools that I gathered throughout this process and help somebody else? Shoot, it may have taken me 5 years to get over one situation. And if I share some tools that I utilize, it may take you 5 days. Who knows? But why wouldn't I want to help somebody that went through a similar situation like me? So to answer your question, yes, I was going through some traumatic things in life, and I decided to take those things that were going on in my life and share it with the world and the tools that I utilize to overcome.
Okay. What you want to share anything specific?
Oh, of course. Domestic violence, suicidal ideation, molestation, and the list goes on. Divorce. And like I said, it goes on. And you know what? Those are my cards, and I was dealt those cards. And a lot of people didn't know that I had to endure so much. But it doesn't have anything to do with bad parenting. It have anything to do with how I lived my life at the time. Those just were the cards that I was dealt, and I had to deal with them. And guess what? It's okay. It is okay. It's okay when we go through things, but it's all about what you take from those situations.